Madman and Ponemela, I feel like in any other tournament, this would be the kind of thing you see in, like, winner's semifinals. But Terra Incognita, stacked as it is, this is a round 2 matchup in 2025. This is either the second or the third time we've seen these two play on stream. I remember in Ignition, bit of an unfortunate draw because Ponemela had some technical issues, had to force her to DQ, but I hope that this is a good set between the two, because I really wanted to see what that would look like. I feel like these two are very similar players, both phenomenal speedrun players, both phenomenal challenge mode players. Okay, wow. The fact that Ponemela just went for the more difficult way of doing that, no problem. Oh wow, okay, wait a minute. I'm down to 1 life. I mean, it is the first round, and I'm not gonna sit here and try and tell you that this is a particularly difficult setup for someone as good as Madman, but at the same time, in tournament, anything can happen. I've seen, you know, top level players losing points on the first round before, and I wouldn't be shocked if it happened again. But Madman, I'm not gonna let it happen today. Oh wow, really strong arrow placement by Ponemela. It's kind of a dual purpose. Not only putting the arrow in that initial straight, but also forcing the perfect LSAW jump. Something that she effortlessly got on the first try, mind you. I'm really unsure what she wants to do with that wire there. Madman's the kind of player where there are so many things that he's just way too good at, right? It feels daunting building against him because you're always running that risk of accidentally placing something that he's extremely good at. Like, for example, maybe this perfect LSAW jump. Madman this time gets it on his first try. Ponemela not far behind. Okay, that wire by Ponemela, you know, I'm talking about how she can't figure out what she wants to place, but she might have just found it. Or not, both players struggling with that jump height. Okay, Ponemela onto the last life. This very well could be a scoring round. Madman gets through it. Ponemela too. I mean, when it matters the most, she pulls through. She did die to this jump height before. There's still an opportunity here. Madman could be scoring, but we'll see. And Ponemela gets it. Opting to go for the more difficult jump height, too. I feel like going a block down and just going for the 4 block instead of the 3 block, probably the easier way, but I don't know. At the end of the day, whatever feels comfortable to you as a player is the optimal way. As soon as you're in tournament, you can throw everything else out the window, because being confident matters more than anything. Lots of wires in the box right now. I know for sure Madman's happy about this. Oh, okay, I love those wires. I think that forces you to go below on the black hole. Not 100%. Okay, well, never mind. You can go way higher than I thought you could there. Now, as confident as these two players are with their perfect LSAW jumps, it is such a volatile setup. I feel like no amount of practice gets you to that you know, 95+% level of consistency. You know, place this against Morphin, there's a chance you can score against him. It's just that type of volatile setup. Okay, both players getting through, 1 life left. I mean, realistically, whoever gets through that LSAW jump has a good chance of scoring here. Ponemela doesn't get it, but bails out. Madman dies to the arrow. Narrowly, both players not making it. We're staying tied going into round 4. This is the type of matchup where as soon as a spike ball comes up, you know both players are gunning for it. Oh, love that placement by Ponemela. I know for sure. I think Ponemela's probably privy to this information, but I know that Madman historically feels very uncomfortable when it comes to upwards NSTs, like Coyote NSTs like that. The exact type of thing that Madman tends to struggle with. So if Ponemela being able to recognize that and find that spike ball placement could be huge for her. And okay, I feel like it probably was an intentional placement, because that wire that Ponemela added. Wow, wait a minute. That might be the first time I've seen someone use an app jump in tournament and it actually made sense to do so. Okay, Madman really starting to struggle with this black hole. I feel like at a certain point, it's maybe time to try going underneath. Rough can't find that same half jump that she got before. Like I said, though, Ponemela has a pretty sizable advantage right now. Oh, that is such an unfortunate corner. I genuinely think this is the first time I've ever seen an app jump in tournament. Okay, Madman, good decision to bomb that black hole. That was the one thing, you know, giving Ponemela such a sizable advantage. Even so, I mean, she has more practice on the setups that come after. She set up the upwards NST, something that Madman not too comfortable with. What is Madman's thought process here? I think he wants to set up a half block precision, but kind of difficult. There aren't any pre-existing wires on the map. You really need to be willing to use a lot of your placements to find those half blocks. And it's the kind of thing that's so easy to counterbuild against it. Oh. I love more than anything else arrows that are just off sync by a little bit. Anything that forces you to go between them is a S-tier setup in my mind. Okay, wow, okay, so Madman, I said uncomfortable with it, but when you're a player as strong as Madman, that sometimes just doesn't matter. That upwards NST looking smooth as possible for him. Players onto the last life. I feel like this is difficult enough that it's probably not a scoring round, but we could see. Oh my gosh, what is that black hole? I know Madman is probably seething looking at that thing. Oh wow. Okay, realistically, How does this work? Can you even get the head bonk to get low enough there? There's no way. I feel like I can see a world. I can see a world where that black hole is possible if you, like, do the wraparound to get up, but that is so difficult that there is no way, right? I don't care who you are. Put Variety Bear in this. I don't think he's getting this black hole. This is so difficult. And you know, these two oftentimes have been known to be the types of players who will not make something easier. So we'll see. This very well could be headed to tiebreaker. Honestly, if anything, I hope that this match goes to tiebreaker, because if there's any way to decide, you know, who wins, a speedrun contest between Madman and Ponemela is exactly, it's so fitting, right? Ooh, good spring by Madman. I want to say that forces the half block. I can't say with certainty. But I think you can do the half block from the mortar. I think both players kind of seeing that as well. Ponemela, okay, Ponemela gets the half block, but even so, you know, with that black hole is right in front of you, I don't know. I feel like these rounds kind of just need to be used as practice and not much more. There's a real chance. I feel like this could be a scoring round, but these arrows are kind of ridiculous. I mean, I see the path. You gotta go for that half block. Yeah, exactly. Madman sees it too. But that timing, especially with the mortar there on top of it, I mean, this is as ridiculous can get. You know, both of these two players, you know, Ponemela and Madman, both pretty specifically known for being challenge mode players, so not shocking at all when we see this kind of difficulty. It feels like a challenge map in of itself. Wow, okay, wait, Ponemela actually did it! Unbelievable. I mean, genius idea. You definitely have enough time to make it. Ponemela not going for a high enough jump, though. And she's shown her hand now. Madman has a real opportunity to get it. He's seen the special sauce. Seeing might not be enough, though. That is kind of a ridiculous gap to get into. Two rounds left. Okay, surely they take the dynamite, right? Surely. I mean, the door will do. Ooh, okay, wow. Ponemela really looking to make it harder. Hopes for the slightly easier version of that setup, but I mean, even so, this is quite difficult. Okay. For a guy like Madman, maybe not. Ponemela 2 on the first try. I mean, even with the auto line, with that timing pressure from the mortar, that half block is no simple feat. Getting the drop down. Wow, okay. The hydrant that Ponemela placed, the one thing keeping her from getting through there. I feel like this is pretty heavily advantaged towards Ponemela now. She has seen the app jump and she has had the opportunities to practice it, whereas it looks to me like Madman is trying to do the setup with no app jump to begin with. Definitely a harder way of going about doing it. Ponemela again getting the drop down. We'll see if she's adapted. That hydrant got her last time. And again, yeah, same thing. Okay, one more turn. Okay, and both of them more likely than not looking to make the map easier here. I mean, if Ponemela gets rid of that hydrant, I feel like the point is hers. Does she see it the same way? Maybe not. Okay, there is something to be said here. There is something to be said. At a surface level, it definitely looks like that hydrant was keeping Ponemela from scoring. But it's worth considering. It is worth considering that Ponemela, immediately after, is confident with the app jump, whereas Madman is not. That's an advantage that she has, and if she keeps the map up to that section more difficult, then it's less likely that Madman gets the opportunity to practice it and to figure it out. So she's banking on her ability to beat the hydrant over Madman's ability to adapt in spite of it. Which I think might just be the right play, and Ponemela finally getting through. Hydrant not an issue. But slides into the column. Still 2 lives left. I mean, she is moving with authority now. Madman as well. Nearing the end. If this goes to tiebreaker, I think this could completely change the dynamic. For me, it feels like it's all a matter of whether or not Madman is willing to nerf. I feel like he has a real chance. You know, if he can just change a few things, he could reclaim that advantage, but he needs to be willing to do that. And I know that historically, Madman quite a stubborn player when it comes to counter building, but we'll see if that holds up in a tiebreaker, which we are going to now. All right. Let's see it. This could be decided in a single round. Personally, if I'm Madman, I think the move might be try and use that dynamite to make the map more difficult in some way. We'll see if he can find it, but I feel like... Wow, okay, he's opting to do nothing altogether. Mel thinking about that hydrant. Not a bad idea. There's obviously something to be said about maintaining the advantage you have with the app jump, but at the same time, you're in a tiebreaker, you know? Things happen fast, it could be decided in one round. Finding the advantage while you have it is crucial. Ponemela gets the app jump. Only a few things still standing in her way. Gets the squeeze. And that'll do it! Ponemela taking it over Madman in the tiebreaker. And that app jump really pulling through for her in the end. Alright. Good stuff to both players. I mean, that was a bit of a difficult set. I won't lie, those setups are probably the most difficult setups we'll be seeing all day. GG to both players regardless.